So that was shrimp fried rice on the Blackstone, and it was absolutely delicious. When we just like showing what we cook, it's kind of cool. But I gotta be completely honest with y'all. When it comes garden-wise, I've gotten the kitchen garden planted. We've got flowers, we got tomatoes, we got green beans, cucumbers, all that good stuff, which we'll show you. But this big garden hasn't happened yet. And I mean, it's almost one of those things where I've just let it get too out of control. So now it's time to do something different to get it under control. So check this out. I got this bed done, but then you look this way, and I mean, it is just so overgrown with, was a lamb's ear, purple dead nettle, just all kinds of stuff, weeds growing like crazy. And I started on this one too, but it took me so long to get those done because everything's so big that, I mean, it's almost just intimidating to think that I have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4.5 more beds to go, plus herb beds. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna release the animals over here. Now, I know I'm still gonna have to go in and weed because they're just gonna eat the tops and I'm gonna get the roots out. But just being able to see what I'm doing, instead of just diving my hands into these really large weeds, will be very helpful. So I'm gonna let them basically mow the weeds down, and then I will get in there and get them cleaned up. So this is the first time they've ever been over here. This is normally Rusty's domain. We've moved Rusty over into a different one for now, and then we'll let the animals have this one for a little bit. Here goes. Wait, we got a couple that are already here. Here goes. Here they come. Here they come. All right, y'all wanna come in? Get this good in then. Benny's enjoying it. Come on, goats. Gotta go around the gate. Gotta go around the gate. There you go. Let me open it on up. Here it goes. Oh, yeah. Nice. Come on, Piggo. If you can get over that board, you can come. Come on. Is that good stuff? Thank you all for being my weed eaters. Appreciate it. We got a big old piece of grass in their mouth. Is that good, Jane? Okay. I want that shine out. Turkey's like, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Sure. Really? First time I'm... Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got some action. They're moving. Go to the gardens. Go to the gardens. I feel like there's so much to eat. I don't know what to go to first. I already weeded that. We got the other weeds. Hi, Dolly. Little baby's in the bed. I mean, do we have to eat the tree? They're gonna eat it. What y'all think? Thank you. There you go, that's good goats. Get your bellies all nice and full. So a couple things you may be wondering, what about poisonous weeds? You have poisonous weeds that grow in your pasture too. Animals are actually really smart. That's why one of the survival tactics that we have, follow the animals, what berries they're eating are safe for you to eat, like when you have a bear or if you find scat, you look in there to see what berries they're eating, kind of thing. Animals are smart. They know what they can eat and what they cannot eat. So you'll see there'll be patches of stuff that they won't eat, and it's because there's something in there that doesn't settle well with them and they know they can't eat that. So don't have any worries there. Like I said, I'm just here for the help. I appreciate all they can do for me. So we got about 7 grown goats and I think about 7 babies. I think that's what we have. So y'all take a guess. How much do you think that's gonna be gone out of these beds and cleared up? You think they'll get 2, 3 beds done, 4 beds, 1 bed by the end of the day? And we'll go check it out at the end of the day. Probably gonna have to have a couple days in here, but we'll see. Either way, they're gonna be some very full goats and very happy. They probably won't actually do much with the grass, so I'll probably still have to go in there and mow. You gotta remember, goats, I always mix up the words, but they aren't grazers. Sheep are your lawnmowers, and goats are your weed eaters, if that makes sense. They're gonna be the ones that get all the bushes and weeds and stuff like that, and not really focus on the grass unless they have to. So this video has spanned across quite a bit of time. We've been shooting as we go, things that we want to show and everything that's kind of going on in life, we show. In the middle of that, my dad passed away. Before we get into that though, I do want to say it is Memorial Day, and we are spending this day honoring all the ones that we've lost, trying to protect us. And today, I'm adding my father into that list, and my stepfather that passed away almost 5 years ago. So it's hard, you know, it's difficult sometimes to figure out the words to appropriately say. His funeral is still to come. We're actually doing that later this week. So we still have that pending on us. He passed away from cardiac arrest. Was no pain. He went to bed. Everybody was talking to him like 5 minutes before, and then his heart stopped. Don't want to really get into too much details, keep him private, but he was able to, there was a heartbeat that was able to come back, but unfortunately the time between his heart stopping and his stopping was just too much. That was too much time, and so we were all gathered with him as he did take his last breath on his own. So we were able to, in some form, say goodbye or see you later. Water just dropped in my head. It's tough, y'all. Man, it's tough. Y'all, for those that have been around for a while, you know, like when my stepdad passed away, he was such an important factor in my life. It's the reason that we moved to this property, because we all had to sell and move on. And then this one, you know, he's my actual blood dad. We were close as well in a completely uniquely different way, but we loved him to death. I have a half sister. She just graduated high school. We were up there to celebrate her, and I know she wanted anything in this world than for him to be there, to support her and just be there and watch her walk across the stage. There's never good timing for death, but it's gonna happen to us all. But I really just want to do this video because we did a post out, just let everybody know that the video creation was kind of on the back burner. You might not see much, but for those that maybe didn't see that, I wanted to let you know what was going on. So that's why I wanted to do this. I also did want to do a couple things. I did want to say we are safe from all the storms. Hopefully, if you've been in the path of these vicious, ridiculous storms, you haven't had much damage and everybody stayed safe and nobody's been injured. It has been an insane spring. Just last night, we had to go to our basement because what looked like a tornado was just flying through. I've never seen the wind like that in my life, and I've actually lived through a hurricane. You know, we lived in North Carolina when a hurricane came through, and the winds that we saw last night were worse. Thankfully, here we have a few trees down. One almost got Jed's house. Thankfully, it missed by just an inch. So we don't have any structural or vehicle damage, but we do have quite a bit of cleanup that we have to do, but I hope that you have been safe. I also did want to remind you all the Memorial Day sale is still live. We haven't been able to do a video to just remind everyone, but it is still live, and we're going to extend it to the 30th. That way, if you wanted to get something, you still can. It's 25% off, $25 more. It's pretty good discount, so if you're wanting to get anything. I should not have got under this tree. I just keep getting dripped on. It is a pretty good discount if you are wanting to get anything, and as the week progresses, we'll be adding some more stuff back in stock that is out of stock. I think that's ultimately all I wanted to let you all know about. Keep my family in your prayers if you do that. But mainly what I would like you to do is if there are people that you maybe don't talk to a whole lot or haven't been connected with, but they are a loved one, give them a call, try to build some relationships up. Just make sure that you're not taking every day for granted, because it truly is fragile, life is, and it can be gone in a heartbeat. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna go spend time with my family. We're probably gonna have a nice day. It looks like we're out of the storms for today, so we might just hang out in the pool and just relax and get our mind off things. But we love you all, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.